Hey everybody, happy election day. Today is November the 4th. So today we are going to switch from corn to beans. So first thing this morning, we have 3 trucks. Actually, we have 4 trucks to dump because the cart's still loaded. So we're going to get this grain emptied out, make sure everything's got fuel, switch over the combine to beans, and we're making a little move. We've only got 150 acres of beans left, so we're going to try to put a big dent in those today. First one down. So I'm going to pull this truck out of the way. Get another one in here. Jeff is going to be coming back with another truck. This will be the quick part of the day. Now, we get asked pretty often, how quick can you dump a truck here? It takes about 10 minutes to dump a truck. It's probably going to have 1,100 bushel in it, maybe 12. We have a 7,500 bushel an hour leg, and everything is sized accordingly to that. But where we don't have an actual pit, like right now the leg's off, so you're not going to get 7,000 bushels an hour. That's where if you had a pit, would be nice. You could really take full advantage of your 7,000 bushels an hour because you could pull in there, you would dump your truck completely and take off. That thing would be emptying out while you're on the road. We didn't do that when we built this because, well, for one thing, those are expensive. Another thing, we had lots of experience with fighting water at the other farm. I think we'd be fine here though. But our thought was if we ever expanded to the point where we needed more capacity out of this grain setup, that's what we would do. We put in a 1,000 bushel or 1,200 bushel pit. We're not there yet. It'd be pretty cool to get there someday, but we're not there right now. Being able to run this the way we do, it's a little bit less maintenance, even with a pit. I mean, I see videos of Chet and Zach down in them pits all the time, or the corn stars, and it looks absolutely terrible. So I'm thankful that everything's above ground here. But someday I would like to be in a situation where we need a pit. Today will be the first day of cutting with this new sickle in here. Curious if Dad will be able to run it any faster or more effectively. Say it's definitely going to help. So this load's just a little bit wet. Since today we're switching to beans, we're not really fighting the wet bit and everything. I'm going to put this in the wet tank. That way we can dry it, kind of blend it in with some of that wetter grain we threw in the bin yesterday. So I had to come over here to get the grain off the grain cart. When we finished last night, I think it was pretty well loaded. Other than that, I think everybody's fueled up and are pretty well ready to move to the field. Now, a little bit of dew still on, so I don't know that we're going to start harvesting yet. The shop is en route to the field, so I don't know if we're just going to go there and eat some lunch. Well, it ain't even lunchtime, it's only 10:30. I don't know. BJ's got his little dude riding around with him today. So he backed over and cleaned his windows. By cleaned them, I mean washed them. And by washed them, I mean sprayed them off. Combine and the grain cart are behind me. We're going to flip our flashers on and block traffic up here off this bridge. Pretty narrow right through here. We got one car coming. Looks like, oh, they stopped. They must have seen what was happening. Well, they went for it. I don't know where they're going. I know folks get very upset when we move equipment down the road and they feel like we're impeding on them, or we all pay taxes. I get that. These roads are for everybody. But I do find it odd that some people think we should trailer these to every field. Guess what? They're still just as wide on that trailer as they would be without being on that trailer. And it would just take longer, and food would cost more money if we had to do that. It'd be another expense. We don't want to be on the road any more than we have to. It's just part of it. And it just works better if everyone gets along, and we'll get out of your way if we can. You get out of our way if you can, and everybody will go home that night. So yesterday, my main camera Had an unfortunate accident with a combine. Basically, I buried it in the dirt trying to get a good shot of the combine going over top of it. What I wasn't counting on was, instead of Dad going straight like he normally would, as soon as he got over top of the camera, he cut her hard to the left and promptly ran right over the camera. But yeah, I'll try to get the footage off of it for the night's video. Pretty sure it's going to be fine. The camera worked the rest of the day. I used it the rest of the day, but it'll be the last day it gets used. Well, all the trucks are dumped, so the only thing left to do over here is sweep the drive-through up, shut the heater off, everything cleaned up. Looks like Dad is working on the combine over there. I'm gonna give it a good blow off. I think he was hoping he could fit the head on that header cart. We've never had that head on a cart, but for the moving we're gonna be doing, it would be nice, because the farm that we're gonna finish beans on, we'd like to do the corn over there. Like old Jeff is working on his Corolla. Didn't know those things ever broke down. Jeff, I didn't know these things broke down.
Well, they don't. They just don't always run good.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to put a fuel filter on it.
What year is this beast? Someone was asking about the cherry mint Toyota Corolla.
This is a 1986 model. It's got 76,000 miles on it.
76,000 miles?
It had 69 on it when I bought it. I just got to get the carburetor ironed out, and I'm too lazy to do it, to be honest with you. And it needs cleaned up, as you can see.
Yeah, it looks fine. Looks fine.
Once you get it running, it goes good.
Okay.
Getting it running sometimes is a trick.
What has got into you?
Try not to get hit by a car.
A what?
Try to make it so I can see going down the road and not get hit by a car.
Oh.
You know what I was about to say.
I wasn't sure if you were going to say truck or car. Or...
Huh. That's certainly a way to park.
So we are not making a far move. It's just one of our least favorite moves, because we're going to Pickle Puss's driveway. Now, if you've been following along for a while, you know the saga of Pickle Puss. He is a fella that has an easement through this farm. Does not own the lane, but he gets steaming mad when we come in to do those fields. He's not even the one that owns the houses back there. He just lives in them. Anyways, we're going over to Pickle Puss's. So hopefully we have a confrontation. Hopefully we don't have a confrontation, I mean, and everything goes smooth. But there's been a lot of cussing matches between him and us over the years. Cops have been called multiple times. And, well, I don't think any of us really want that today. So today's election day. Neighboring farmer and buddy of mine is running for school board. Hopefully this is congratulations, Aaron. Hope you made it. I know one thing that someone pointed out to me, a neighbor of ours who used to be on the school board. If you're a farmer or own land, you should be very interested in being on the school board. I said, why is that? He said, well, if the schools run well, they won't need a tax levy, which goes for property tax. I hadn't really thought of that. There's the neighbor's combine back here, running right beside our shop today. So not only do we have a guy that doesn't really, like agriculture, living in this driveway, it's also kind of a narrow place to get in. Kind of a narrow, busy 2-lane U.S. highway. So, not one of my favorite places to move to, but not all the places are fun to get to. But that's just the way it is sometimes when you're farming in Apache country. You got a patch here, a patch there, a patch everywhere. This is the spot. Like I say, kind of narrow. Luckily we got this turnoff. Problem is, usually people think I'm trying to get out of their way. I almost get T-boned. But Dad's back here in the combine blocking them, so I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that right now. Four-wheel steer carts make that way nicer. Dad's gonna drop that head here. We'll just have to take it with us when we leave. These are one of the last beans that I replanted. They were planted late and then replanted late. I predict they're not super good. So we just did the old pull in, back up, hook up, try to minimize the amount of beans we run over. I guess luckily there's not a lot of beans in that particular area. Maybe that's unlucky, I guess. Dad hollered me out a place to park this thing, and I don't know what's going on with the chopper, but we're spreading nothing here in the center. It's kind of clumpy, not really spreading near as well as it did. Now this winter we're putting new chopper knives in. Ours are pretty worn, but it just seems like it's chopping pretty poorly right now. Last year I was super impressed with the chopping that combine would do at 50 feet. So I kind of think maybe them knives are just completely worn. So while Dad and BJ are combining beans, I'm gonna get Jeff hauling some grain out of the centers of these corn bins. So we call it coring the bin. Basically all the fine stuff typically goes right to the center when you're loading a bin, and you'll have trouble getting airflow through there. So usually haul 3 or 4 loads out of a bin, you get all that fine stuff out of there pretty well. You get better airflow, but we also need space. We've been blessed with a pretty good corn crop this year. It's not gonna be our best, it's not gonna be our worst, but it's gonna be enough that we're gonna be tight on corn space this year. So we're gonna kind of make some room for the next big push on corn, which is either gonna be in 150 acres of beans or the next rainfall. Dusty, a little dusty. Since we're doing beans, we'll be hauling over here to the old site. Over here, make sure everything's all right here. A lot slower dumping trucks here, but it is what it is. I didn't know this blower worked. I haven't blown the drive-thru out in a long time. This used to be a daily ritual, but I thought this blower quit working. Definitely forgot you guys. That's better. I gotta say, I'm thoroughly impressed that this thing's here already. When I crushed that camera yesterday, I ordered this one and it's already here. So we are heading over with the semi now. Sounds like they've got the first one of them little fields done, so there's only 8 acres left over there. There's, what is it, like 26 total acres, 27 acres. One field's 16 or 17 or 18 acres, and one field's 8 or 9, just depends on, pretty sure it's 28 acres over there, and we've done 18, so there's 10 left. Now what'll probably happen is he'll put what he can on this truck, the rest will go in the cart, and then we will take it to the next field. Whew. It's the closest I've ever came to a car wreck right there, folks. Left turn signal, people passing me. I'm a little shaken up on that one because I slammed on the brakes to keep from hitting the car there. That was a rattling experience, folks. Closest I've ever came to a car wreck. Well, in a semi anyways. So, pulled into this driveway. There's a wide spot I've already seen earlier. I pulled in there, was already coming around, and the first car passed, and I had to slam on the brakes. Give the benefit of the doubt to that first one. But when the second two came, when I was already halfway through the turn, those are the ones that really irks me a little bit. Anyways, Dad's just got this little bit left, and then he'll be ready to move. Get the lovely Mrs. Brown to give us a ride back to the field. Hello. So folks, for the viewers, I swung the trailer into that little wide spot. You can see my tracks. It started turning, and that's whenever the cars all went around.
They don't use your brain.
Correct.
Getting the truck?
I'm taking the truck. BJ's just getting it hooked up. The traveling circus is about to move out. Mrs. Brown's going to follow me down there so I can leave Dad's pickup down there for him. So we'll be down there the rest of the evening. That's where we will finish tonight. Dad's hooking up the corn header to take out with us. BJ's taking the cart, and then I'm going to take an empty semi down to there and then go dump the one that was full from here. This farm got a lot of replant done, and unfortunately, as soon as I replanted it, we got like 4 inches of rain and it drowned it right back out. He's opened the lid on the move. We're going to do a high-speed drop on that head, snap into that one, and be harvesting beans in about 36 seconds. Maybe not. I'd say that's what it is. So when we do this, by this I mean moving with the head on, we do lock it onto the combine. Hello.
I don't know who was in the white Bronco behind me, but they were very pro flag traffic. Don't let anybody pass.
Either Jeannie Drake or Evan Sites. Well, it would appear that he's quickly proceeding. Really not spreading very well, though. Big clumps. Got a visit from the George. Makes it a good day. Always fun to pull in and see the combine sitting still, but I guess he broke a section, so they're just replacing the section. Fortunately, it was the special section. In the center of the sickle, there's some half sections or something like that, and he didn't have any, so they had to go get one out of the shop. Minor delay of game. What did we do? Forget a couple bolts?
I'll start looking for ones that dropped out. There's some that's out.
Ew. Now they're back in business. I highly doubt they're going to need this truck tonight, but just to be safe, we're going to dump it. I'm going to guess that it will be too tough to run much past dark. Yeah, while we're sitting here, I'm going to do some editing while we're dumping this truck. Just kind of looking, and video where I'm showing Dax how to run the tractor is according to YouTube, been my worst video out of the last 10, which just sucks. Every now and then you make one of them videos that you think is going to do well because you had a good time making that video, you liked it. That was kind of that video for me. Like, I really enjoyed that video. Like, that was one of my favorite videos I've done this year. It's got like half the views of a normal video. So if you haven't seen it, go check that out. I think it was a fantastic video. The interactions with my son and his grandpa and myself are things I won't forget for a long time. So do me a favor, go check that video out. There was also good harvest footage in there. Well, good news, truck's unloaded. Bad news is, combine quit rolling for the night. Not because it's broke down or anything, but because, well, they got tough. So I'm going to take this back over to the shop, and that'll be it for tonight, folks. Thanks for watching. We are getting in the ending days of harvest, so I know in years past I've kept a whiteboard up on how many acres we've got left. Haven't done that yet. We're going to get to it, but we've got about 100 acres of beans, first crop beans, 400 acres of double crops, and 400 acres of corn. So we're getting there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next.